How is your household dealing with COVID-19 when you're out in public right now? Some people are wearing masks, some are not. When I've been out in public, I've seen those people without masks looking and speaking scornfully and angrily at those who do have them. I've seen those wearing masks looking and speaking angrily and mistrustingly of those without. It would be nice if we could treat each other a little more trustingly, a little more lovingly than that, but our culture, we practice an exaggerated red line response to absolutely everything anymore. So why should this be any different, right? The fact of the matter is, it's hard to know exactly how to behave because it seems as if, in many respects, it seems as if life should be able to be normal. And so we come to different conclusions depending upon what information we're taking in and which information we trust. What should we do? It's not perfectly clear. However, you know who doesn't debate about wearing personal protective equipment? People on a spacewalk, people in an environment that they know is absolutely beyond their ability to survive in, right? They know without their protection, they will be completely lost. Actually, that's all of us. Whether we are aware of it consciously or not, you and I are in the exact same environment, one where our native coping skills, that which with which we live in this world, will not suffice. That's what Paul is talking about in Ephesians chapter 6. In Ephesians chapter 6, 11 and 12, at the beginning of the armor of God passage, Paul writes, "Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood." You are outside of this environment that you see. That's not the truth about you anymore. But we wrestle against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. We are in an environment where our personal coping strategies, where our personal protection will not suffice. That's not where we are. There can be, for the believer, there can be no question. We all need the full armor of God. And we'll talk about that in the coming weeks, what the full armor looks like and what the pieces are meant to instruct us in and remind us of in the gospel. So the first step for us, though, is to acknowledge that we are in this alien environment. It's like we're on a spacewalk. We are absolutely insufficient for this fight, for this conflict, for this spiritual war that we are in. You are insufficient by yourself. Dress like it. And we are all, if you have been born again, you have been enlisted in the Lord's army. You are a part of his great kingdom of light, and that is wonderful, and it is never going to change. It is given to you as a blessing, as a gift, and you are called to take your stand alongside your sisters and brothers as his banner advances. But the enemy treats you like a combatant because you're dressed in the uniform. As the enemy sees you, with a new heart and a new nature given to you from on high, you are in a war. And he treats you like a soldier. So dress like it. You and I are called to put on the full armor of God today, because we are in an environment where we cannot survive without it, where we cannot prosper without it. We are locked into a spiritual war. There's no question. There's no debate. There's no, are you getting your spiritual news from this source or that source? Who do you really trust? This is the eternal word of God. And it says, soldier, you need to be prepared to take your stand. Put on the full armor of God today as we watch him and his banner by his spirit advance in this world. Bless you today.